Hey, finally, like almost a year later, sorry, getting around to doing the legit sunset dye tutorial I promised like a year ago. Um, but we're gonna go into a little more detail this time, and we're actually using the proper colors, so you'll get to see the finished project as opposed to just whatever colors we had last time to explain. And again, we're gonna go into a little more detail because I think that there were still some questions about what I was using, and if this part doesn't interest you, go ahead and skip forward to the bits that do. If not, go ahead and follow along. We're using these, they're just spray bottles. I got them at Lowe's Home Improvement. I think they were like $2. They've lasted a really long time and they're pretty heavy duty. So you're just gonna need one of these to correspond with every color that you do. And salt, table salt, great value, 60 cents. I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons per bottle plus 1 packet of dye. We're also using Dylon colors today because they are cheap, and actually I know they get a bad rap, but I love them. I've always gotten really good color with them. We're just using yellow, orange, red, this ocean blue that seems to always turn out a little more grapey purple, and violet. So we have 5 colors, we have 5 bottles. I have a bottle of salt. I have this nifty little thing I found under my cabinet. I don't know if it's for oil or what, but we're probably not going to use it for food after this. So we will we'll check back once we have our colors mixed up and let you know what is the next step. Okay, so we have all of our dyes mixed up as we mentioned a few minutes ago. We got everything hung. I got these awesome stakes. You can get like a 12-pack of them for like $4 at Lowe's as well. Some clotheslines, some clothespins, and I found that adding a third one in the middle actually helps support the wrap while it's hanging and damp. We've got it nice and damp. I did not use soda ash this time. Sometimes I use soda ash with my soak. Again, have not really noticed a huge difference. There's soda ash in the dye already. I did not add any extra. But what we have are the 5 bottles of color. I have tested them to make sure they're spraying more of a, not a direct spray. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the lightest color up top, so yellow, and we're just gonna walk through and make a path with our color. And a little bit closer than that, I thought I tested that. And we're just gonna spray the top of the wrap. And this is gonna take 3 or 4 passes, but because the wrap is wet, it's gonna absorb some of the color and the color is gonna travel. So for your top colors, it doesn't matter how close you get. And part of the blending, you don't wanna be super close either. So here's yellow, and we're just gonna make 1 pass with this yellow, and then we're gonna move on to the orange. All right, good. Okay, so we've done yellow, testing orange, and then we're just gonna move down a little bit and we're gonna spray our orange. It is way hotter than I thought it was out here, so we're gonna move a little faster because I do not want the wrap to dry before we have a chance to finish spraying it. All right, so there's, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other 3 colors and we'll show you what it looks like. So you're just gonna move down in order: yellow, orange, red, blue, purple. Okay, so we've done our first pass and I'm getting ready to do a second. As you can see, we've got all of our colors. We also had to take a break and secure the bottom. I didn't think I needed to. As you can see, it tried to flip up and over. Most of that should cover with the rest of the dye, but yeah, secure your bottom so they can't flip, and we'll show you what it looks like after the second pass of color. So here's our second pass. As you can see towards the bottom, the colors are starting to really blend and bleed, which is gonna give you the less rigid look. This is also the time after the second pass. I'm gonna move all of my clothespins and make sure that we're spraying underneath and there's an even color up top in the yellow. the third pass, as soon as I finish spraying my yellow, I'll show you, because this is where I really start blending colors. And I'll show you how I do that, but that'll be next, so stay tuned. Okay, so I went kind of heavy on the yellow up top, and because there's 2 coats already, we're gonna have to go back as soon as this settles a little bit, but the heavy yellow is gonna cause a little more bleeding up top. And this is what I do on the third pass. I just step back a little bit further with my bottle, and I get a wider ring, and this is gonna cause the blending as you move up and down between the 2 colors. And I really love my yellow, so I try to keep my yellow as yellow as possible. But we're gonna go ahead and do the third pass this way, and then it's really gonna start looking a little more blended after this. Okay, so we've done
Four.
I think this is our 4th pass. As you can see, everything's pretty much the color it's gonna be. I wanted to add, you can refill these bottles once or twice if you take them down to about the halfway point. There's plenty of dye, because I know the yellow runs out really quick. And what I'm gonna do now for this next 5th pass is I am just going to soak my top rail with yellow. It's gonna bleed, but I'm gonna just make sure that all of the little bits got covered, that my clothespin lines are getting filled in, and yeah, we're gonna go through one more time and start blending a little better. And while this runs and drips and dries, we're gonna see how she goes. I also wanted to add that it doesn't seem to matter whether you're using new clothesline and clothespins or old clotheslines and clothespins. I always manage to get something that is not the correct color on my rack. So I don't worry about it. You can worry about it if you want to, but if you find a better way, let me know, because I have not. But we'll check in after this last pass, and we'll see a pretty much completed project. Okay, so we are done. We've used pretty much all of the colors that we have. I wanted to say this is different than a couple I've done. We usually use a 6th color, denim blue at the bottom, but I couldn't find my 6th spray bottle, and I really couldn't be bothered. So this is what it looks like. We're gonna roll it up like a carpet, and we're gonna go ahead and set it in a plastic tub overnight. I usually let them sit about 24 hours, sometimes longer if I forget about them. But this is it, and it's really easy. And as it continues, it's really hot out here, so it's drying faster than I want it to. But you see it's still dripping a little bit. As it sits, the colors are gonna continue to run up and down, so it's gonna blend even more by the time it's ready to go through the wash. But that's it. That's our sunset dye tutorial, and I'll be sure to post a picture of it once it's washed out and dried and beautiful, and maybe I can convince my 1-year-old to let me put her up so I can show you it in action as well. Thank you, and I hope you try it, and I hope you enjoy it. I actually found this by accident on Mother's Day last year. My husband let me free in the fabric store, and I said, well, I'm going to try to do something, and why wouldn't a spray bottle work? And it looked like it worked out pretty well for us, so I've made a bunch of these for friends who love it, and I hope you'll make one and love one too. Thanks for watching and being patient with me. I suck at talking to people, so good luck. Hold on, not there yet. There we go.
Oh, hold on. There's a ladybug on it again for good luck.
Where?
Right there.
Oh.
We had a ladybug last time.
Oh, there she goes.
Okay, so here's...
There it is, all folded up. Oh, it's so pretty. wasn't too bad.
There it is.